Weight gain is a big problem in this country, and there's a lot of people interested in these medications. They're called GLP-1 agonists, things like Ozempic, Rybelsus, Trulicity, Byetta, Victoza, Mounjaro, etc. And these medications work on a particular substance your body makes. Now let's talk a little bit about the substance, and then today I'm going to give you some good ideas about some foods that can help to imitate these medications. And why would we want to do that? Well, first of all, the medications are very expensive, and we know that the medications, we don't know the long-term effects of taking these particular drugs. And let me explain what I mean. So these medications work on a particular substance made in your body. It's called GLP-1. And GLP-1 is a chemical, like I said, it's a nutrient made in your body. It's made in your brain, it's made in your stomach, your intestines, your liver, and your kidneys make some of these particular, this chemical here in these different areas. And the job of GLP-1 is to kind of help your body to deal with insulin, to help your appetite, and help motility. Let's talk about that. So insulin is your substance in your body that helps your body take sugar and carbohydrates, get them into the cell and turn them into energy. One of the biggest problems we have in this country is something called insulin resistance. Means that the body's making the insulin, but the cell is resisting the insulin. So we have a whole masterclass because it's such an important topic, that insulin resistance. We have Fix Your Insulin Resistance and a class that we're doing Thursday, October 24th, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's our master class. It's a free class. You can click on the link below and join that. And in that class, we talk all about the relationship between insulin and all these particular symptoms and how it relates to many things in the body as far as pain, overweight, high blood pressure, diabetes. Many symptoms come from insulin resistance. We break that down in our free masterclass, so join us for that. But so talking today about these foods that imitate these medications, the GLP-1 medicines, insulin is a big part of it. The appetite. So the GLP-1 is a substance made in our body. It's made in our hypothalamus in our brain. That's one place it's made. And what it does, it tells the body as the food comes down the digestive system that you're full. So when you take the medicine, you're basically imitating that particular natural function and you're getting more GLP-1. The problem is that GLP-1 only lasts about an hour in a normal situation. In other words, during your meal, as you're eating the meal, as your food is filling up your stomach, your body's making more and more GLP-1 and secreting it, telling your body that it's not hungry anymore. And it also slows down the motility of your digestive system. That means that it slows down the speed at which the food moves through. So if you slow down your motility, you have less of an appetite, you're going to lose weight. And that's what it does. It's very good at that. But again, we don't know the long-term effects of these medications. And they're very, very expensive. But we have found, because of all of the buzz, if you would, around these particular medications, we have found particular foods that actually can imitate these medications. And that's really what we should be using, because when we eat the right foods, that will help to regulate our appetite. And we don't want to slow down the motility too much, because what will happen is, and as a matter of fact, 25%, at least 25% of the people taking these medications have these side effects of the digestive system. They have constipation, they have diarrhea. I actually have one patient, her digestive system, her intestines stopped working. They would not function. So she had constipation and some serious pain from these medications that lasted for many, many months, even after she got off the medication. So again, there are better ways of helping the person to lose weight, to help you use the right foods that contain this particular substance. So again, if you want to know these foods, come to our masterclass. Again, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, October 24th. It's a free masterclass on Fix Your Insulin Resistance, and we're talking about these meds, and we'll give you the free food list there when you come. Now, going back to today, so we know that I mentioned before that in a former video that these particular food tastes, the flavors of foods make a difference in producing GLP-1. In other words, we know that the bitter type foods produce GLP-1. I mentioned that again in a recent video. Today, I want to talk about the relationship between GLP-1 and dysbiosis. So what is dysbiosis? How does it relate to GLP-1? How does it relate more specifically to how you get overweight, how you have a very strong appetite, how you're obese, and how you find it very difficult to lose weight? So dysbiosis is a situation where you have an imbalance of the bacteria in your digestive system. And as I mentioned to, and I'll be more clear now, is that GLP-1, most of the GLP-1 is produced in your small intestine and your large intestine. That's where it lives. And as we eat the foods, the healthy foods, we're supposed to stimulate that. But when we have dysbiosis, we have bad bacteria in our intestines, or we have a lot of yeast or fungus in our digestive system, in our intestines, in our colon, and that leads to a reduction in the GLP-1. So the result of having dysbiosis, bad bacteria in your digestive system, the result of that is that you're going to be hungrier, you're not going to be satisfied, you're going to be craving sweets, you're going to have all these different symptoms. You're going to gain weight. You're going to gain especially fat, especially around the midsection, because your digestive system is right here, right? Your intestines and your colon are right here. So when you gain weight around this area, especially, that has a lot to do with this dysbiosis that relates to poor food choices and bad bacteria in your intestines. And again, the result of having dysbiosis is not being able to make enough GLP-1. So your insulin levels get crazy. You have very strong ravenous appetite, especially for sugars, and you have motility problems. So let's talk a little bit about the appetite and this phenomena called dysbiosis. When we have dysbiosis, the reason we get a stronger appetite is because you have too much yeast inside of your digestive system. That's part of what dysbiosis is. So when you have too much yeast in your digestive system, the yeast eat your food and your cells don't get it. So your cells send a signal to your brain to eat more food. And that's part of the problem when it comes to dysbiosis and weight gain. So we got to be able to fix the dysbiosis. And we can do that with natural medicine. So what leads to more dysbiosis? Taking antibiotics. If you take in more than one antibiotic a year, you have a problem with dysbiosis. If you take more antibiotics more frequently, and you have taken them in the past, that also means you have dysbiosis. If you get gas or bloated, and again, a ravenous appetite, and you're gaining weight, that's a sign of dysbiosis. We know also that the tongue is a very important diagnostic tool that we use, and we know that the coating on the tongue, if your coating on your tongue is very thick and white or yellow, that means you have dysbiosis in your digestive system, and you're not properly digesting your food, you're not going to be able to make GLP-1, and you're going to gain weight. So we got to fix the dysbiosis. So how do we do that? Well, part of the way is we need foods that grow, that help to feed the good bacteria, right? So what are those foods? Again, we're going to be giving you a good list at our masterclass. I'm going to give you some ideas now so you can at least think about it and ponder it. So what are the foods that help? We need good fibrous foods, food that contain fiber. Fiber helps the body get rid of dysbiosis because fiber helps to feed the good bacteria. And when your body has more good bacteria, it can fight the bad bacteria. We also know that there are certain types of fibers, specifically the type that come from like fats, like butter, and like flax seeds and hemp seeds. Those are real good sources of fiber because they have good fats in them. And specifically, they have what we call short-chain fatty acids. One of the best sources of short-chain fatty acids is butter. And short-chain fatty acids help to repair the digestive system cells, because one of the consequences of dysbiosis is that you get damage to your digestive cells. And that can lead to, when you damage they're called the L cells, the letter L. The L cells produce GLP-1. But when you have dysbiosis, you destroy the L cells, so you reduce the amount to make the GLP-1. So when you have good Probiotics and good prebiotics, you're going to feed your cells, you're going to help them repair your digestive cells. You're going to be able to get back and make more GLP-1. Okay, so that's with the fibrous foods. And you've heard of probiotics, yes. We're now learning so much about your microbiome, your digestive system. You heard about probiotics, right? Like things that found in like yogurt. And fermented foods. They can be also very beneficial. We want the probiotics to also, again, to help to fight off the bad bacteria, and that also helps to correct the dysbiosis. But remember, unfortunately, there are hundreds of different brands of probiotics that you can purchase supplement-wise, even from health food stores or from Amazon or wherever you get them from. And unfortunately, 98% of them have zero function in the body because probiotics are living bacteria. And you have to understand how to keep them alive as they sit in the bottle, as they sit in the warehouse, as they travel from where they're manufactured to the distributor to your house. So only a very few companies are reputable enough to have good quality probiotics. And we have some at our office. So we use the probiotics in the programs that we recommend for the dysbiosis. And again, we know that they're crucial when it comes to the digestive system. We know that I mentioned that the yeast fungus grows in our digestive system, and that leads to dysbiosis. And we know that we have bacterias. And the truth is, we can't get away from all bacterias. However, when we use good foods that feed the probiotics in our body, our probiotics are our immune system. That's right. 70% of your immune system lives in the intestines in the form of the probiotics. So when you feed the probiotics, when you take good probiotics, when you eat good fermented foods, and you keep away from the sugary stuff, you help to build up this good intestinal environment, which is a good environment that helps you produce more GLP-1. Okay, this is Dr. Chadwick, part of Your Nutrition Physicians. I've been practicing for 35 years. My wife and I, again, have a wonderful program. It's called Fix Your Insulin Resistance. You can click on the link below to sign up for our free masterclass coming up October 24th, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Zoom. Tell all your friends. Please share this video. Sign up for the class. Like our video. And please subscribe to our channels. And we are here to help you to get better naturally. And we'll see you guys next time, okay? God bless you guys and stay healthy.